The MTV Video Music Awards 2025 promised spectacle, star power, and moments of cultural significance. Held at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, the event featured glittering red carpet arrivals, electrifying performances, and surprise collaborations. Yet, amid the flashing lights and roaring applause, a palpable absence loomed. For the first time since their global breakthrough, BTS was entirely missing from the VMAs stage. Jimin, nominated for Best K-pop Song with his solo track Who, was expected by many to make at least a virtual appearance. But as the night unfolded, no BTS member appeared, no acceptance speech was streamed, and no acknowledgement came from the group or their label. The absence was not merely physical, it was symbolic. BTS had, for years, been synonymous with the globalization of K-pop. Their past VMAs appearances, particularly the 2020 performance of Dynamite that broke viewing records, cemented their role as award show powerhouses. The group's decision to sit out the 2025 ceremony therefore raised pressing questions. Why would BTS, with nominations on the line, stay away? What message were they sending? In the days following the VMAs, speculation ran wild. Some fans wondered if scheduling conflicts or travel restrictions played a role. Others theorized that the group was quietly preparing a surprise if TAEHYUNG, BTS's parent company, eventually issued a carefully worded statement. BTS members are currently dedicating their full energy to group projects, including preparations for a new album and a global tour scheduled for 2026. For this reason, they did not attend the MTV Video Music Awards 2025. The statement was simple yet strategic. It confirmed the group's focus on future releases, while avoiding direct commentary on the VMAs themselves. Still, the explanation left gaps. Why not send at least a pre-recorded acceptance message if Jimin's solo work was nominated? Why skip an event that had historically boosted BTS's Western visibility? Industry insiders suggested the answer lay in BTS's shifting priorities. Having completed military service earlier in 2025, the group was now reunited. Their priority was no longer individual recognition, but reclaiming their identity as a seven-member powerhouse. Attending the VMAs might have diluted that focus. To grasp the significance of BTS's absence, it is necessary to revisit their history with the VMAs. 2019. BTS won their first VMA for Best K-pop with Boy With Love feat. Halsey, marking the start of their award show dominance. 2020, their remote performance of Dynamite became one of the most watched moments in VMA's history. 2021, 2022. BTS continued winning in the K-pop category, while also snagging awards for Best Group and Best Choreography. 2023, 2024. With members enlisting, BTS's presence became fragmented. Solo members like Jungkook and Jimin carried the torch individually, performing and accepting awards on behalf of the group. BY 2025, anticipation was high for BTS's collective return. Their absence, therefore, struck fans and industry observers alike as a turning point, perhaps signaling a deliberate departure from the Western award show circuit. No group commands fan devotion quite like BTS. The ARMY, a global fandom spanning continents, languages, and generations, was quick to react on social media. Hashtags like #VMAs without BTS and #BTS comeback 2026 trended simultaneously. Some expressed disappointment. It doesn't feel the same without them. The VMA stage is empty without BTS. Others voiced understanding. They've given us so much over the years. Let them rest and focus on their new album. A recurring theme emerged in fan discussions. While awards and recognition matter, what ARMY values most is BTS's well-being and artistry. Many fans interpreted the absence as a necessary step toward preserving the group's energy for what promised to be an ambitious 2026 comeback. In show business, absence can speak louder than presence. By not attending the VMAs, BTS sent a subtle but powerful message. Their worth is not defined by Western awards. Analysts pointed out that the VMAs had often relegated BTS to the K-pop category, despite their global success. While they broke into main categories like Best Pop in earlier years, recognition in general categories remained limited. For a group that had sold out stadiums worldwide and topped the Billboard Hot 100 multiple times, this marginalization was glaring. To be why skipping the VMAs, BTS may have been making a statement, choosing to invest energy into projects they could control rather than institutions that failed to fully honor their impact. This aligns with their history of prioritizing authenticity over convention, from addressing the UN to taking extended hiatuses for personal well-being. Western outlets quickly picked up on BTS's absence. Rolling Stone ran a feature titled, "The Missing Kings of K-Pop: Why BTS Skipped the VMAs," emphasizing how their absence overshadowed other performances. Billboard framed the decision as a strategic withdrawal, while mainstream networks like CNN and NBC simply noted it in recaps of the ceremony. Critics, however, were divided. Some argued that BTS missed an opportunity to cement their post-military comeback in the US market. Others praised the decision as an act of defiance, asserting independence from Western validation. Interestingly, younger Western fans largely echoed the sentiments of ARMY worldwide. They didn't need the VMAs to remind them of BTS's worth. For many, the group's absence reaffirmed their authenticity in South Korea. The narrative was more nuanced. Major news outlets celebrated BTS's choice to prioritize their reunion and upcoming group projects. Headlines framed the decision as a move rooted in national pride, proof that BTS no longer needed Western validation to prove their global status. At the same time, entertainment tabloids speculated about behind-the-scenes tensions. Some suggested HYB was unhappy with the VMA's repeated categorization of BTS as just K-pop. Others theorized logistical reasons. With the group in intensive rehearsals in Los Angeles, attending an award show in New Jersey might have disrupted their schedule. Regardless of the angle, One Truth dominated Korean coverage. BTS remained at the center of cultural conversation, even in their absence. BTS's absence from the VMAs cannot be seen in isolation. It reflects a larger shift in K-pop's relationship with Western institutions. In recent years, more K-pop acts have entered Western award circuits: Blackpink, Stray Kids, New Jeans. Yet many face similar categorization issues. They dominate niche categories like Best K-pop while struggling to break into broader ones. This dynamic has led to growing disillusionment within the industry to BTS, as pioneers appear to be leading the way once again, this time by questioning the value of Western recognition altogether. By skipping the VMAs, they opened the door for a conversation. Should K-pop artists continue chasing Western validation, or is it time to build independent platforms that honor their global influence? Behind the absence lies a bigger story: BTS's future. According to industry insiders, the group is deep in preparations for a 2026 world tour and a new full-length album. Recording sessions in Los Angeles reportedly feature high-profile Western producers, hinting at a cross-cultural sound that could redefine their artistry. Fans speculate that the album may mark a return to BTS's roots while simultaneously pushing boundaries in terms of sound and storytelling. The group's hiatus due to military service has only heightened anticipation, making their next chapter one of the most eagerly awaited events in modern pop culture. By skipping the VMAs, BTS avoided distractions and fueled speculation. Their silence becomes part of the build-up, creating a vacuum that only they can fill. At its core, BTS's decision to skip the VMAs reflects a broader philosophy. Success is not measured by trophies but by impact. From their debut in 2013 to their rise as global icons, BTS has consistently defied industry norms. They've broken records, transcended language barriers, and used their platform to address issues from mental health to global unity. Their absence from the VMAs is not a retreat, it's a recalibration, as cultural historians will one day note. 2025 may be remembered as the year BTS turned their back on Western validation and focused instead on what truly matters: artistry, authenticity, and the bond with their fans. In the end, whether or not BTS stood on the VMA stage in 2025 is irrelevant. Their influence remains undeniable. Their legacy continues to grow. And as the world awaits their 2026 comeback, one thing is clear: BTS does not need the VMAs. The VMAs need BTS. At its core, BTS's decision to skip the VMAs reflects a broader philosophy. Success is not measured by trophies but by impact. From their debut in 2013 to their rise as global icons, BTS has consistently defied industry norms. They've broken records, transcended language barriers, and used their platform to address issues from mental health to global unity. Their absence from the VMAs is not a retreat, it's a recalibration, as cultural historians will one day note. 2025 may be remembered as the year BTS turned their back on Western validation and focused instead on what truly matters: artistry, authenticity, and the bond with their fans. In the end, whether or not BTS stood on the VMA stage in 2025 is irrelevant. Their influence remains undeniable. Their legacy continues to grow. And as the world awaits their 2026 comeback, one thing is clear: BTS does not need the VMAs. The VMAs need BTS. BTS's decision also invites a reevaluation of what it means to be a global star in the 21st century. For decades, Western institutions like the Grammys, Oscars, and VMAs were seen as the pinnacle of international recognition. Artists outside the US often sought validation on these stages as proof of having made it. But BTS has disrupted that narrative.